Now then, how is everyone? Try this again. I came up before. It's took us all day to come up here to try and do a video, and then I came up before and I was in bits, to be honest. It was just, oh man, it's so lonely, to be honest. It was like, you know, your little, I mean, giant mentor's gone. It's I was talking to Mark there, and he's, you know, says, you know, deepest sympathies, you know, everyone kind of knew Steve. Mark said he's been pulling out some early potatoes there as well. Good crop, he said. I haven't got earlies in. What I tried to do before was do a bloody tour of the Polytunnel, and like I say, I kind of couldn't get it. I'm going to try and do it bloody breaking down everything. Like I say, it's just knowing he's not there, you know what I mean, like for advice and chat. And so I've been up, I've watered, and I've kind of, what I mentioned on the other video is this door, and let me just show you the back side of this polytunnel, is I'm leaving them now open. It's just way too hot, and even on the night time when your water, it's just evaporating, do you know what I mean? So I want some cool air going through, and I want it sorted. And like I say, I came up yesterday just to be with me thoughts, to be honest, because I wasn't, oh bloody hell, it's starting again. I didn't know what to do yesterday, do you know what I mean? And like I say, I came up and I actually strung up my tomatoes, and I just, no camera, nothing, I was just talking to the old boy, you know what I mean? Oh god, here we go. This is going to get done. This is good. You'll want to watch it, man. I know you'll be busy up there looking after the big fella's gardens there now, but you'll want to have a look. You'll want to have a look at everybody's, so don't, just not me, everybody's. Right, so the second time we walk in, so like I mentioned yesterday, sorry, just a second ago, I can tell I'm in bits, is I strung up my tomatoes. So all I've done is really, you know, I've got the 3 wires going across all ways, and I just kind of get some, this is 3mm paracord, and I've just got one of those little tomato hooks on the bottom, tie it on, and it's funny, now, although it's not whole set yet, the tomatoes are, I can kind of relax with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the greenhouse, that's the one thing, do you know what I mean? Steve mentioned, get a greenhouse, and it's been so much easier to bring them on. Do you know what I mean? Just like, these were sown, all these tomatoes, on the 23rd of March, which is a nice time for me. It's not too early, not too late. I mean, the chilies are kind of sown ridiculously early, and they're away, they're fine, do you know what I mean? They're kind of really going great guns there. And like I say, if you watch my video, like, you know, I'm like a dilute feed every time. I didn't today because, like I say, I'm still on. I thought, oh, just get them water and let's get home. And then I realised that video footage was just a grown man just crying for 30 minutes, and it was just like, oh dear me. So it's a lonely place, but anyway, so this is what got us, this is what cracked us up, this one. These were the seeds Steve sent over of these. These are the atomic fusion seeds that I lost, and he sent them over. Oh man, here we go. I'm going to move on. Anyways, these are like the big brothers to the Brad's Atomic, and I'm hoping to kind of just collect seeds, and even if I don't even eat one, I just want to collect so many seeds from these plants, you know. Then I actually got mixed up when I was doing this the first time round. Then these are baby cherry. These look a strong, vigorous plant, to be honest. And as a, like, you know, we're talking about Steve, and you know, one of his main tips was, which is like, every tip was brilliant, but, and I've left a couple on, so you can kind of see. So there's a nice one. Snap it off, plant that straight away, good feed, and you'll get just another, like a same clone of that plant there. Now as it happens, I'm kind of fully thing, but do that for the old fella. Do you know what I mean? Cut a little cutting off the side, you know, like nip it out, get it in, and even if you just leave it in water for a few days, it's great. You'll see roots starting to grow there. So anyway, let's put that down there. I'll pop it in water. Really sentimental old buggy. These are the Brad's Atomic, and as usual, they're not as you know what I mean? You can tell the difference. Are like still a little bit kind of wobbly, but they never look the best, to be honest. But I get good crops from them, so I kind of complain. Right, so then I kind of thought, like, mix it up. These are my aubergines. I've got 2 lots of aubergines, Genie and Meatball. Now them Meatball have got hideous spikes on. If they don't produce like a decent fruit, then it's not doing them again, man. I've just like nipped and cut and everything so many times. Those are the 2 courgettes I put in, and those are the 2 Honey Plus the cucumbers that I'm growing. And like I say, I've got the string there for them, but they're not just there yet, but it'll soon will be. Chilies there. Now I'll tell you what, we'll come back to chilies because that's a whole different ball game. Now those, because I'm going to do another video tomorrow, so do watch out for that. Those are earmarked for Hannah. Hannah, you know Hannah from the Pottymouth Garden Club? Hannah's going places, you know what I mean? Like a young gardener that's just so like clever and so switched on. Hannah's is actually doing a show down London. Like she's got a plot to do like an allotment, like a Chelsea flower show, like an exhibition. So those plants are earmarked for Hannah. So I'm going to meet up with Hannah tomorrow. So hopefully watch that video. And actually we're going to my secret wood store to get some wood chip. So yes. So I'll be up first thing in the morning to get them because we're meeting silly early times. Out of all the tomatoes, they're all planted sown at the same time. These ones have struggled, but they're just kicking in. Those are the Black Moon tomatoes. They're away there now, and I wasn't even going to string them. But, you know, fingers crossed they'll come. Next is what Jesse mentioned on the potty mouth. These are the Japanese black Trifeli ones. So expecting big things from them, Jess. Then we have honeycomb, which is it's like an orange tomato. I think got them from Ian from Grown Local. These 6 there. These are another big, and both Steve and myself were. Both of me and Steve wanted to see what these are. The Rose Crush, like the big brother of the Crimson Crush. So these are like a beef tomato that we're kind of, you know, so looking forward to growing. Fingers crossed. Another one that we're kind of looking forward to growing was these are I've got 3 in there. No, I've got 6 actually. The orange accordion. You know, the ones that just look like a big huge orange accordion, like an accordion that you play. It's all creased, big orange tomato. Then we've got, would you believe, just look at how much he influences us, man. Bloody hell. These are the Shirleys that I had to go out and buy because Steve's, and he made the whole country short of Shirleys. These are the Shirleys I got from Aldi. So bought in because Steve said they're a good doer. And they're a good doer, and I want, you know what I mean, they look a healthy plant, to be honest, and they've got flowers on there now. So yes, I'll come back in here because I just want to show you. These look like they've kind of took off and they're happy there now. Those are them 6 Romas that I put in, and I am chuffed a bit that I decided to put them there, not in the polytunnel, because if everything goes all right, that'll just be a mound of tomato plants, and it's just not feasible in the polytunnel. These are tears of sweat, by the way. Right? big lad, man, he's bloody crying all the time. It's bloody lonely. You know what it is? Oh, I'm starting again. He would just, like, he was an early bird like me. He was way earlier than me, and you'd get like a text every morning. This is in the kind of the February time. He's itching to get up to the plot, and once it became light enough to get up there, you'd get a text every morning nearly, off to the plot, So 6:30 in the morning, yes, I do it as well, but that's where I get it from, you know what I mean? So, outdoor Crimson Crush, they are a good one outdoor because they're blight resistant. So, you know what I mean, there's kind of, hopefully they're bulletproof here. I've grown them before, I got some great crops off them. I haven't I'm not saying string them up, but I haven't clipped them up there yet. Plenty of time for that. So funny, somebody mentioned, oh, don't plant broccoli, Tony, with bloody tomatoes. Oh, they seem all right. And I tell you why you can see them all right. Yeah, there's a little bit of leaf in there, but it's these top leaves that I'm bothered about, and they look fine, to be honest. And yes, again, I feed them as well. So, yes. I go quiet every now and again. Back in. So the chilies, as you can see there, they're still in little pots. I'm letting these ones go there now. I'm going to obviously plant them up, but I'm not nipping out them flowers. I quite like them ones. Buna Malata. But what I'm intending to do is, with those pots there, is get them to the 7.5 litre pots and have them along here, like replant them up. But I've got one more trick up my sleeve, because obviously I'm in competition with JB, do you know what I mean, and Mark and everybody. I want a good crop of chilies because I'm normally kind of flaky, but I've had, again, like the greenhouse, you know, and what Steve said, you know, he said for years to get a greenhouse, and the proof's here, do you know what I mean? It's such an easy, if you can, and if you've got the place and, you know, the funds and everything like that. And mine's a tiny little thing, but that tiny little thing has just, you know, created all this. That's bloody it's way too much, to be honest. But anyway, it's going to be strange for a few, for a bloody while. I was mentioning as well, I might as well mention it here, that the Potty Mouth Garden Club is going to miss for a couple of weeks because it's just too raw at the moment, and we'll be just like in bits, you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll have a lovely time talking about Steve when it's a little bit further into for 2 weeks now, so we're going to miss for 2 weeks. But anyway, look after yourselves, take good care.